morning, dear children. I hope all of you are safe at home. In the last few classes, you have gone through the experiences of a little boy who explored his surroundings to find a little round red house. Haven't you? Yes. In this class, also, we are going for a journey by a train. Do you like to travel in a train? Yes. Traveling in a train is a different experience because of its movement, the locomotive rhythm, then its length, its loud horn, the beautiful rushing scenes outside the window to look at make the train journey wonderful. So, today we are going to learn a beautiful poem from a railway carriage by Robert Louis Stevenson. Take your text, take page 64 about the author. Robert Louis Stevenson was a Scottish novelist, poet, essayist, and travel writer. He is well known for his children's classics too. His most famous works are Treasure Island, Kidnapped, and Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He also composed music for the flageolet, a kind of keyed soprano recorder. Let's come to the poem. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, the horses and cattle. All of the sides of the hill and the plain fly as thick as driving rain, and ever again, in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles, all by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and here is the green for stringing the daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumbering along with man and load, and here is a mill and there is a river, each a glimpse and gone for ever. In this poem, from a railway carriage, the poet presents a thrilling experience of a train journey in the 19th century. He says that the train is moving faster than fairies and faster than witches, and it leaves behind bridges, houses, hedges, and ditches. So, from these first two lines, we can understand the train is moving through a village because we can see bridges, houses, hedges, ditches, which are common scenes of a village. In the next line, the poet makes a comparison. And charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, the horses and cattle. He says that the train moves forward like soldiers who are attacking their enemies in the battle. Here, the word like is used to compare the two things. The movement of the train is like soldiers who are attacking their enemies in the battle. Such comparisons are called simile. You have already studied this comparison in the poem Taj Mahal. Okay. The train also leaves behind the green fields where horses and cattle are grazing. Again, the poet makes another comparison. He says that all the scenes of the hills and the plain are passed by the train is as quick as a driving rain. That is, all the scenes are passed by the train shows the speed of the train. Here, the word as is used to compare. It is also an example of simile. In the next moment, the train passes railway stations and it looked like painted pictures. It also shows the amazing speed of the train. Then the poet sees a child climbing a tree for collecting some brambles. Then he sees a tramp. Tramp means a homeless person who gazes the train with amazement. Then he sees some ladies were making garlands of daisy flowers. Then he sees a cart moving slowly in the runaway. He also gets a glimpse of a mill and a river by its side. All these scenes appeared and disappeared so quickly that we cannot see it again. So these are the thrilling experiences of the poet while he was traveling in the train. As a whole, the joy that we get from traveling is the major theme of this poem. Hope all of you have understood the poem. Let's go through some important activities in the poem. First one, rhyming word. Which are the rhyming words in the poem? Witches, ditches, battle, cattle. Why do we say that these are rhyming words? Because the end sound is rhyme with one another. Witches is rhyme with ditches. Battle, l sound is rhyme with cattle, l. The other rhyming words are plain, rain, I, by, scrambles, brambles, gazes, daisies, rod, lord, river and forever. So with these rhyming words, we can find the rhyming pattern also. Give the first rhyming word A. So what is in the second line? In the second line also we can give A because the first two lines rhyme with each other. What about third and fourth line? We can give B. So the rhyme scheme of the poem is AABB. It is applicable to all other stanzas. AABB. Plain rain, AA. I by, BB. Scrambles, brambles, AA. Gazes, daisies, BB. Lord, Lord, AA. River, forever, BB. Then next, which are the two similes in the poem? We have already studied what a simile is. Comparison of two things using the words like or as. Examples from the poem are, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows the horses and cattle, all of the sides of the hill and the plain fly as thick as driving rain. Next, find out the alliteration and assonance. What do you mean by alliteration? Alliteration means repetition of initial consonant sounds in a line. Look at activity 4. Faster than fairies, faster than witches. Which is the initial sound repeated in this line? First sound. Then look at the second line. Bridges and houses, hedges and ditches. Which initial sound is repeated here? H. So alliteration is the repetition of initial consonant sounds. What do you mean by consonant sounds? Consonant sounds means other than vowels. Vowels allathadallam consonant sound. So which are the vowel sounds? A, E, I, O, U. Repetition of vowel sounds is called assonance. Example of assonance is fly as thick as driving rain, Here is a child who clambers and scrambles. Then all by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and here is a mill there, and there is a river. These are examples of assonance. Then last activity, images. Images means word pictures created by poets are called images. The major images are visual images, auditory image, tactile image, olfactory image, and gustatory image. Visual image means what we can see. Auditory means what we can hear. Tactile means what we can touch, feel, or sense. Olfactory means what we can smell. Gustatory means what we can taste. Visual image is more common in poem. Examples of visual images are charging along like troops, then hill and the plain, mill and the river, the boy. So many examples are there. Examples of auditory images are painted stations whistled by. We can hear the whistling sound. Then a child who clambers and scrambles. Then a cart run away in the road, etc. are examples of auditory image. Hope you have understood the poem. Thank you.